Hello and welcome to this exclusive vodka series powered by ET Edge Insights. Today we're in the city of Pune and with us is Mr. Dhirendra Choudhary, who is the regional head and managing director at Freudenberg Filtration Technologies, India. Mr. Choudhary, welcome to ET Edge Insights.
Thank you.
All right. So this air quality issue is a real crisis. It's a crisis that we struggle with each passing day. So how do you assess the current situation and what are the most underestimated contributors to it?
Well, I really don't have a good news to tell you on this because the assessment is extremely poor as far as the Indian air quality is concerned. Just to give you an indication, the World Air Quality Report 2024 puts India into the sequence as the fifth most polluted air country in world. And mind it, and we are still a developing nation. We are not a fully developed nation. And fully developed nations, fully industrialized nations like US, China and Germany are far, far away from our rank in this. So despite not being so much industrially developed, still developing, and we ranking among the top 5 most polluted cities of the world is something which is really worrisome. We have pollutions coming in from many sources. You all know, and whenever we talk about air pollution, the first thing which comes to our mind is the vehicular smoke coming out. Of course, the industrialization and industries operating and consuming air also pollute the air. But at the same time, there are many more sources which actually pollute. You'll be surprised, even things like in the flowering season, you have the pollens from the flowers coming out, and even those pollens can cause allergies, and they also pollute the air. The poor quality of kitchen cooking fuel is another pollutant which can pollute the air. Nevertheless, we are still to attend to many very well-known and large sources like vehicular and industrial sources. So these other sources are still to come much later in our attack. You will be surprised to know that the air pollution causes around 6.5 lakh deaths every year. Unfortunately, we do not come to know about it because most of the time they are either considered as pulmonary diseases or respiratory diseases. And we feel that these are the normal diseases and the source and the prognosis is not related with the air pollution. But this is the reality. And we should be really concerned. Government is definitely doing a lot about it, but yet to come up to the mark, and we are far, far away from being really safe.
Right. In your experience so far, what have been the most unique challenges that the Indian environment poses for filtration technologies?
Indian environment is unique in the sense that we are a very large country. We are a diverse country. We are diverse in all senses. We are diverse by geography. We are diverse by seasons. We are diverse by culture and whatnot, and even our behaviors. The Western Indians are totally different in behavior than the Northern Indians. So this diversity is something which really poses a great challenge and I would say stress to the air. And now you may, for example, I would say take up say seasons. You have a city like Mumbai, which is a seashore city, but the advantage is there are a lot of sea winds which blow in and out. So the same vehicular kind of pollution doesn't affect the city so much as much as it does in Delhi. In Delhi winters, the atmosphere is standstill. The winds are not blowing, and all the pollution stays where it is. And that's why you know what happens in Delhi in the winter season. So these are some of the very unique and specific challenges which are actually related with our country. Nevertheless, I won't say these are so unique that they are totally different and cannot be handled Definitely they can be handled. They need to be uniquely handled. And we as a company, we pay very special attention to this. We develop our products in a way that we are able to handle these seasonal challenges and very specific customer challenges, because air affects human beings, air affects industrial processes and many more things. Like for example, the air which is being used in a gas turbine, there are huge quantities of air filters in the gas turbines. And if the climate is humid, the filters tend to choke more. So you need to have a very special kind of a media which can handle that humidity and still allow the filtration to happen and provide the air to the gas turbines. So we develop so many such products on continuous basis which are very specific requirement to these specific climates. And that is how we cope up in the situation.
Right. Right. So, can you share some recent breakthrough in innovations or perhaps a case study where your solutions have made a real difference in protecting human life from air pollution?
Well, we as a company which is specializing in this field, where our prime vision and mission is to protect the human life and the industrial processes from the air pollution. Very clear. So obviously, I can give you many such cases, but to keep it simple and easy to understand, I will pick up one very important breakthrough, and particularly which has made a huge change in India in last 10 years' time. We all drive cars, we know. If you just go 12 years back, or say 13, 12, 15 years back at max, all the cars were having air conditioners. Most of the cars were having air conditioners, right? But only 5% of the cars were having the air conditioner filters installed into it. Because the common belief was that if I am driving a car and if I pull on my all the window frames and I'm closed in the car cabin, then I'm safe.
Right.
Right? This was the very common belief on which we used to operate, and even the auto manufacturers supported that, and hence they never put any AC filter into the car. The reality is, you'll be shocked to know, the reality is, when you do that and when you drive a car on the road, the air quality inside your car is at least 5 times worse than the air quality outside the car. That happens because of an effect we call, in our technical parlance, called tunneling effect. That when you drive a car, there is an airstream which blows because of the front vehicle which is going, and that puts a full pressure, and the whole dirty air is intruded into the car cabin. And that is something which is very dangerous for the human health. You'll be happy to know that we have been taking it up as a mission, and today almost all the cars, AC cars, have the AC filters into it. There is no car which doesn't have an AC filter. This AC filter is basically which is installed into the HVAC system of the car, and when the air is moving, it moves through that filters and it arrests all the particles, PM 2.5, PM 10, anyone even below. So all those particles are arrested, and that's how it protects the people who are moving in the car. We have not stopped only there. We are going one step further, and we have even now developed carbon filters, which ensures that even the smoke is arrested over there. Bad odors are arrested. We also have anti-allergen filters where even the allergens which are airborne are arrested into those filters. So we are developing all those filters. Of course, these kinds of high-tech and premium filters are only there in premium cars today. But we are continuously pushing forth that all the cars should have all very good quality filters into it, because that is one area where anyone who is traveling in the car is highly prone to this dirty air, and hence, of course, the health hazards. Apart from this, on the industrial side, if you talk of the pharmaceutical industry, we supply all filters, HEPA filters. No pharma medicine can be manufactured without an environment which is passing through our filters. So we do a lot of work in the pharmaceutical sectors, we do a lot of work in the industries. In the paint shops, you have the cars where the paint shop, you spray the paint is all is flowing around, and that to arrest that paint and solvent is a very important task, and our filtration systems do all that. So these are some of the changes I would like to mention. Of course, the automotive car came in is something, and you'd be interested to know we command almost 85% market shares in that segment in India, and globally also we command 70% market share in that segment.
Okay. Right. So, do you believe air filtration can be a scalable solution for India? Or should it be only viewed as something that's perhaps a stopgap that goes along reforms and policy changes?
Well, I would say it is definitely scalable, but not scalable to the extent that it can replace the infrastructure changes and the policy requirements and the awareness and the concern what we are supposed to hold for the environment and for the air. Like for example, if you talk of air is even today treated as a free commodity, abundantly available commodity, which is not true. The way land is limited, the way mineral resources are limited, petroleum is limited. Similar manner, the air also has a finite existence. Only thing is, it is so much available in quantity we never bothered to have some kind of awareness and concern to control and consume it. Anywhere you consume the air, you are bound to pollute it. When you drive a car, you pay for the car, you pay for the fuel, you pay for maintenance, you pay for insurance. But when you burn the fuel in the car, fuel doesn't burn alone. It burns with the air. Who pays for the air which you are burning? And that air doesn't belong to the person who is burning it in his car. It belongs to everyone. So, when you pay for petroleum, which is a natural resource, you don't pay separately for the air, which is also a natural resource. Aggravating the situation. Continuously, the air quality is going down. So, we, as a filtration company, can be scalable only to the extent that it is consumed with concern and responsibility. Any kind of reckless consumption and reckless use and contamination of air cannot be scalable by simply filtration technologies. So I would say it is more of a complementary nature rather than scalable or stopgap technology. On one hand, you'll have to be responsible, you'll have to be careful about using the air and contaminating the air. And on the other side, of course, you'll have to keep using the filtration technology to ensure that whatever little degradation is happening in the air does not affect the human life and the industrial processes.
Right. Okay, so let me pivot this discussion to balancing affordability and efficiency. Keeping these two factors in mind, how do you design solutions for areas that are particularly densely populated?
Well, if you talk to me today, and if I be blunt and upfront, today everything is designed only from the perspective of affordability. I would not even use the word affordability, only from the perspective of economy. Unless and until the regulation forces you to do otherwise. I'll give you an example. You know all these pharma companies in India. It is one of the major pharma manufacturers in the world and even supplies to US and Europe a lot of medicine. All these companies follow a lot of norms. We supply best of the filters to them, best of the filtration systems to them. Correct? Why? Because US FDA norms are there, GMP norms are there. You have to follow all those norms. Otherwise, you will not be able to do business with them.
Right.
Compulsion. So you do all that. But when it comes to doing the same thing in any Indian company and Indian environment, no one cares.
It's not a mandate.
Not mandatory. So that is the biggest problem today. So in terms of, I'll give you another example. You go to mall, the HVAC systems you have, you'll be surprised to know the least attention which is paid in the whole HVAC system is the filtration. the air quality is extremely poor over there because the norms are extremely poor to control. It is not, and even if some norms are there, they are not enforced strictly. And that is the reason you find it is all done by affordability. Why to spend on filtration? And you'll put best of the air conditioning. And interestingly further, the consumer doesn't know it about it. Because if you're sitting in this room and the AC conks off, you'll immediately know because the discomfort is felt. Correct? But if the air quality in this room goes down by 5 times, you'll not know. Probably you'll know it after 5 years if you continue to keep inhaling that air. Correct? So that is another problem with this particular, I would say it's a nature of this particular problem, that it doesn't give you discomfort immediately. If in an HVAC system in a mall, if the AC is not working, you will immediately go and complain. But if the air quality is 10 times bad, you will not even know. So that is the problem. That is the reason everything is done towards the affordability and the efficiency is not taken care of. You'll be surprised in the interior parts of the country, even the hospitals, operation theaters do not have a proper air filtration systems. So I would say it has to be designed completely basis efficiency. Affordability and efficiency is not a trade-off, because how do you calculate affordability for human life? If it's a question of human life, everything should be affordable. You should be able to cut down your expenses on many other things before you compromise with your human is your life.
Priority.
So it's all about priority.
What is your long-term vision, Mr. Chaudhary, for clean air in India? And how do you see the likes of technology, policy, and even public awareness, as you stressed on? How do you see all these things aligning to achieve it?
I am very hopeful, to be very frank, and my hope emanates from the fact that if you go again back 20 years ago, you know what was the condition of our railway stations and the public places in terms of cleanliness. No one bothered. We ourselves used to throw wrappers and papers here and there, never bothered. Today we are careful about it, we are aware about it. So that awareness has come in. So why not the awareness about the air pollution comes in? It also can come in for sure. So in my opinion, my vision is to have a situation where everyone feels that a clean air is a birthright. It's a right of everyone. He demands that, and he also delivers that. Within his own area of or sphere of domain of influence, he ensures that he harms the environment as less as possible and takes care and delivers the clean air. At the same time, demands the clean air from everyone else, which will finally give to a very sort of a common awareness all across. And this common awareness will give rise to the right policies and strict enforcement, which will ultimately lead to a very clean environment, which in any case today you see the situation which is totally different in Europe and US and what you happen today. We can definitely move towards that and have much more responsible attitude towards the air.
Right. Mr. Chaudhary, this has been really insightful. Thank you so much for taking it.
It was a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you very much.